Tomorrow, Senate Republicans will create 2 more opportunities to hit the brakes on runaway regulation. Thanks to the efforts of the Junior Senator for Wyoming and the Junior Senator for Oklahoma, we'll consider 2 more resolutions under the Congressional Review Act. Senator Mullins' resolution targets a decision by the Fish and Wildlife Service to, quote, uplift a creature called the northern long-feared bat as an endangered species. This designation would have massive repercussions for landowners, businesses, and infrastructure projects across as many as 37 of our 50 states. More than 3,000 infrastructure and development projects are currently in limbo. 3,000 infrastructure and development projects currently in limbo, waiting for the extra environmental consultations that the Endangered Species Act will require if this case of uplisting is allowed to stand. And get this, the Biden administration itself admits that the recent declines in the population of this particular bat are due mostly to fungal disease, not human development. I don't care how long this bat's ears are, it can't get veto power over 37 state economies. Senator Mullins' resolution would prevent this absurdity. The second resolution, sponsored by Senator Lummis, targets the Biden administration attempt to make a sweeping change to the very definition of the word habitat in federal law. The last Republican administration adopted a clear and explicit legal definition that gave builders, landowners, and small businesses some certainty and peace of mind. But President Biden has let the far left throw all of that into chaos. Now, American families and businesses could be facing decreased property values and predatory legal challenges if they wind up on the wrong side of Democrats moving the goalposts. Senator Lummis' resolution will reintroduce certainty and common sense. So I would urge every senator to support both measures later this week.
Greetings, friends. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. There was a new update on stimulus checks. A direct payment worth as much as $500 are set to be sent out to Americans in just a few days. Lawmakers are now debating on whether relief checks should go out to a more targeted group of people as the government faces a looming recession. So I'll be going over how this could affect you. Please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing more winners for the $75 Walmart gift card giveaway. My friends, if you'd like to enter these weekly giveaways, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances, friends, of winning the giveaways. Across the state of California, cities and nonprofit organizations are using money allocated by the state legislature to implement pilots of guaranteed income programs. In particular, the state is interested in examining how guaranteed income pilot programs can prevent homelessness. Researchers monitoring the program will assess whether the direct monthly payments made to impoverished individuals and families can prevent their financial situation from becoming so severe that they are evicted and forced to live in their vehicles, shelters, or on the streets. With this new information, many states across the country may decide to implement their own guaranteed income programs. Universal basic income is predicated on the idea that all members of a certain group would receive a payment. The second defining feature of universal basic income is that the amount is tied to a certain living standard. The value of the payment should be adequate to survive. A guaranteed income program in the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota, will process its next payment to recipients in just 10 days. The payment is part of the Minneapolis Guaranteed Basic Income Pilot, which began in June 2022 and is expected to continue paying recipients monthly cash payments through June 2024. A total of 200 households in the city were selected to receive payments from this program, and they can all spend the $500 payments in whatever way suits them best. But the California Budget and Policy Project argued in a recent report that lawmakers should reevaluate their understanding of the impact of work requirements on welfare eligibility. The U.S. Census reported that in 2018, of the 3.4 million married couple families receiving SNAP benefits, 84% of them had at least one worker. Then nearly half had two or more workers. The fact that many recipients of SNAP benefits and other welfare programs do work is indicative of a larger issue present in the U.S. economy. That is, the cost of living is outweighing how much people make at their jobs. In 2020, the Government Accountability Office reported that in the United States, there are millions of wage-earning adults enrolled in Medicaid or living in households that received SNAP food assistance. The millions of workers in this group are joined by many more who earn just above the limit required to receive these benefits. Just a few weeks ago, the House of Representatives passed a Republican debt ceiling bill that includes a requirement for states to implement work requirements for certain Medicaid enrollees. Data shows that 91% of non-elderly Medicaid enrollees who are not on SSI or Medicare are working or face barriers to work. The Kaiser Family Foundation says that if the proposal were fully implemented in 2024, then 1.7 million enrollees would not meet work or reporting requirements and then potentially face disenrollment. States could continue to provide Medicaid to those enrollees, but would not receive federal matching funds for doing so. It is unclear if any states would choose to do that, though the Congressional Budget Office estimates over half of enrollees would continue to be covered at the state's expense. If states choose to keep all 1.7 million people enrolled, $10.3 billion of Medicaid spending would shift from the federal to the state governments in 2024. A small number of states with the largest share of enrollees under the Affordable Care Act Medicaid expansion would account for almost half of the increased state spending or coverage losses. Under the Medicaid work requirement plan, certain adult enrollees would need to work or participate in other qualifying activities. If enrollees fail to meet the work or reporting requirements for 3 or 4 months, the federal government would cease paying the federal share of Medicaid for their expenses. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts on these proposed changes? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Well, my marvelous and magnificent friends, thank you so very, very much for joining me here this Mother's Day. To say thank you and for being part of this community, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My dearest friends, the more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Sunday.